This segment is sponsored by Sun Behavioral Columbus.
Sun Columbus is a behavioral hospital here in Central Ohio dedicated to helping those struggling with mental illness and addiction. So today we're joined by their medical director, Dr. Mark Blair, a board-certified psychiatrist. Thanks for having us today.
Nice to see you, Cameron.
Dr. Blair, what are some of the consequences that you've seen the pandemic have on mental illness?
So according to the CDC, up to 4 in 10 adults in the United States have suffered from symptoms of clinical anxiety or depression during this pandemic. And that number is up from approximately 1 in 10 of individuals who suffered from similar symptoms prior to the pandemic. And we've noticed a dramatic increase in alcohol consumption and drug use. For some individuals, they have experienced job loss, increased financial strain, and increased isolation. And so all of these pandemic-related stressors are risk factors for developing symptoms of a mental illness.
And what are the differences between someone struggling with really mental illness or just stress or some other common things that aren't diagnosed?
Sure, so everyday stress is extremely common. We all endure it to some extent, especially when in the midst of a pandemic. However, mental illness is different in that it affects mood, thoughts, and behaviors to such a degree that the individual simply cannot adequately function in their daily life. So their relationships suffer, work suffers, and for many individuals, the disorder can interfere with their ability to think clearly and to make healthy decisions.
Just overwhelming, it seems like. And how do you accurately diagnose a mental disorder?
So although at Sun we do physical exams and standard medical workup to basically ensure that there is not an underlying medical cause for the presenting symptoms, there really is no brain scan or blood work that can accurately diagnose a mental illness. However, in order to accurately diagnose our patients, we actually talk to them. We listen and we observe their behavior, and based on their symptom presentation, we make a provisional diagnosis. And many times we'll need to reach out to family members and loved ones and get some collateral history, because making an accurate diagnosis is extremely important because it guides our treatment recommendations, and it also allows us to provide a reliable prognosis.
And why are people reluctant to seek that help? And what would you say to them if they are?
So unfortunately, there's still a lot of stigma associated with mental illness today. Some continue to view mental illness as a character weakness rather than a medical condition. And I personally feel that it takes a lot of strength and courage when an individual is able to recognize when they need help. Being able to recognize a problem is the first step toward finding a solution.
Yeah. And one of those solutions is coming to Sun. What's the purpose and the main goal here?
So SUN is an acronym for Solving Unmet Needs. And so we partner with hospitals, physicians, social service agencies, and schools to solve unmet behavioral health needs in communities across Ohio. And our top priority is to provide positive mental health outcomes for our patients and their families.
And for people watching, you have something very special, which is a no-cost level of care assessment. What is that?
Well, first off, we provide those assessments to individuals across the age spectrum, so from ages 5 to geriatric. And another bonus with that is that you can actually avoid going to the emergency department if you're in a mental health crisis. So we offer a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week walk-in clinic, and we also have the option of a telehealth assessment where you can undergo that assessment in the convenience of your own home. And rest assured that all of the assessments are completely private and HIPAA compliant.
Fantastic. Well, Dr. Blair, thank you so much for sharing this information with our viewers and helping Central Ohio at a time that we desperately need it.
Thank you so much, Cameron.
And if you want to find out more information or you know someone that needs help, contact Sun today. Give them a call or visit their website, sunbehavioral.com/Columbus.